Yo.
Great morning, great morning.
In the building. What you drinking over there, man? Look healthy.
Yeah, man, I'm juicing for the next 2 days. Man, got
You
me
doing the cleanse?
yeah, look, some quick and easy. You know, I'll do it every now and then, a 2 day or 3 day. Um, just about to tap into this. They got a 7 day, 14 day, or 30
Ooh.
or 30 day jump that my babysitter,
Joints be
man, who
tough.
watch the kids, she was talking about. So
That'd be
they be
good
tough
for you.
though.
Reset everything.
Got to, got
Yeah,
to, got
reset
to
everything. Flush it out. I
flush it
gotta, I
out.
gotta, I gotta get. It's Earth Day today too. I think, man.
Hmm.
So I know you're doing good by the Earth, man. What up, people?
What's
We here,
good?
man. It's today Thursday. Back Thursday, man. Got a lot going on.
A
One
lot.
half of the Man to Man pod, Darius Butler. Got my co-host Antoine Bethea.
What's good?
Yes, sir. Matter of fact, holla at him real quick. Let me go grab me a juice, man. I gotta get like my dog, man.
Yeah, man. Get your juice, man. Get your juice, man. What's good, man? Hope everybody's doing good. Almost to the end of the week. Hope everybody week is going good. Getting some things done. Being productive. As D Bus said, man, we got a lot to talk about. NBA stuff, NFL. Obviously the draft coming up. Um, you know, a lot of things going on in the world as well. Obviously we're going to talk about the verdict in the George Floyd case. But then right on top of that, we have, like we keep talking about it, young lady lost her life in Ohio, and then another brother lost his life in North Carolina in the hands of the police. So a lot to talk about, man. We're gonna bring this thing full circle.
Yeah, man. I just heard you a little bit that, man. It's like black fatigue, man. Tired of hearing about it, tired of seeing it. Obviously, this ain't nothing new to us. Only thing new is cameras and the coverage.
Right.
But shit ain't right, ain't cool, ain't never been right or cool. But that verdict, it kind of bothered me, man. Just seeing, us, just celebrating a bit. It's so crazy because it's just like that's
That
should be the
shouldn't be
norm. You know what
celebrated.
I
It should be
mean? Like,
normal. Exactly.
but for us, it's like I know going into it, getting the verdict, even what I saw, what the world saw, civil rights protests and movement that came after. Even with all that, I still wasn't confident that they was gonna make the right verdict, and he still got to be sentenced, stuff like that. But I still haven't really recovered from that Trayvon Martin. You know what I mean? When that verdict dropped, I was like, that took something out of me, bro. But I think
And it's so many more before that. You know what I mean? And I think that's the main reason why not only you, I think a lot of people around this country just sitting watching that trial was and listening to the verdict
I
was
couldn't even watch the
anxious.
trial.
I watched some of it, but it was just sitting on the edge of your seat. And
Mm-hmm.
I know I was here with the fam, and we were just kind of we was watching, and like you said, and I think you tweeted it. I think I've seen it across the board where people were like, I won't be surprised if this goes the other way,
Yeah,
and it shouldn't be that way. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But
it's
but again,
crazy.
justice was served. Like you said, he still has to be sentenced. But then you got people celebrating it. But then right after that, not even a day after, you know, there's two more shootings. Two more people lose their lives in the hands of the police. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
me watching that video of that 16 years old, calling the police to get help. Obviously, we don't know the full the details, but just watching that video, man, it's crazy, man, and it's we get tired of talking about it, get tired
Yeah,
of
that
seeing it.
that video, man. And like I said, man, I hate to see shit like that, and it's like we just see it so much, and it's like I mean, and then the video was crazy. Like it was like be that quick to
No
forward to the
questions asked.
chest.
Yeah, yeah.
Forward to the
Like,
chest, and I understand. It was another young lady whose life could have potentially been in danger, or whose life was in danger.
yeah,
Um, I don't know, and they're trained to shoot to kill. I think that's a problem. Like it should be times where you have you just gotta have the judgment or the right, like all right, in the leg, like something like
man. Look at here, man. We
it's crazy.
human, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not
That
natural to
shit
take another
crazy, bro.
person's life. You know
That's
what
what
I
I'm
mean?
saying. It's like
That's
like right, like it's wild, bro.
Yeah, that's not even real. Like, that's not even real to just to get out the car and all of a sudden, like, not saying that as a I would think that, of course, when you take that plea and you wearing that badge, you understand. And I'm not saying that
You
it's an
take that
easy
vow.
job, but you take that vow, like you understand what comes with that job. Um, if I'm pulling up to a situation and I see some young girls out in the front yard fighting, which I know you've seen growing up, I've seen it many times growing up. That's not gonna be my first thing. I'm gonna pull my gun out and I'm gonna shoot one of these
Yeah,
teenage girls. Like that's not even gonna be. That's gonna be one of the last things that I'm thinking about. You got mace, you got a taser, or we can just talk this out. You know what I mean? Like
that
it's
should be a last resort. And um, yeah, it was man. It was man. It's a lot to talk about
a whole
with
lot.
that
Yeah,
situation, man. And it ain't an indictment on all cops. Obviously, we know it's a
of
tough
course
job,
not.
but at the same time, like, and then they deal with different situations, but like, just gotta value like life. You know what I mean? Like, it should be no difference of black life, white life, like Asian life. Like, you gotta value that shit. And then the people that was the other people involved, like that was there. In my like, if you're adult in that situation, like you got to try like to diffuse that as much as possible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's man,
And
wow,
again, like I said, like we,
shit
we don't know
crazy.
everything that went
Yeah,
on. You know what I mean? So of
yeah,
course, like we're not trying to downplay that, but we just thinking about, a fight in a front yard that turned out, with a 16-year-old teenager dead.
dead.
You know what I mean? And
That's not okay. That's
nah,
not cool.
not at all.
That's not okay. Man, rough, 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 rough. What let me see what we got. What's going on in the world today, man?
Let's talk about the draft, man. Draft a week away in Cleveland, man, and obviously that's gonna be the talk for the next couple of days.
Man, I'm
Um,
so ready to get that shit over with. All these mock drafts and
hmm
what if this happened? What if that happened?
Well, we
People
gonna
flying up
find
the
out.
board, dropping down. Yeah, and it's like it's so funny how we talk about how people are dropping down boards or going up boards, and like, oh, actually, we don't know.
We don't know yet.
Like, we don't know what these people that's calling the shots really. I mean, at the top, but outside of that, it's always surprising. It's always a D lineman taken in the top 10 and nobody expected. An O lineman.
Mhm.
You had this guy first. The dude from Oregon been first on everybody's board, and the cat from Northwestern can go first, Slater.
For
So
sure,
just because that's who that team,
that team, right?
yeah.
And
So
and then to kind of piggyback on that, right? So I seen I think um the coach had tweeted something out, and Edrin James had tweeted something out. When it was him and Ricky Williams,
hmm
and everybody was thinking that the coach was going to draft Ricky Williams.
yeah.
And again, it's just these experts, and everybody think they know X, Y, and Z, and really the only people that know is a couple folks at the
And they
top of the
try
chain.
to play it as tight to the vest as possible.
Yeah, yeah, and then for the coach, they felt as though Edrin James was the perfect fit for their team, which turned out to be exactly what they thought. But again, like you said, man, there's not too many people that really know. You're gonna have a handful of people, I would think, in the building that really knows what's gonna go on, what they're gonna do.
hmm
Come Thursday, come Friday.
And then the other part of that is you go into a draft, or shit, you go into a game with a game plan. And then how that shit fall, it can completely switch up. Like,
Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah.
the Cowboys, they probably did not expect or go into the draft last year thinking we're gonna take a wide receiver. Even with Jerry Jones, I'm sure that I would almost be positive that was not their thought. But CD Lamb ended up still on the board when they was picking at what 20 something. And CD Lamb, a lot of people thought was going to be the first or second receiver off the board. So he there, that's hard to turn down.
Again, and we had that conversation before. It's like when you're going in the draft, it's like, do you take the best player available or do you take what your team needs? And in that instance, I think they have a conversation. Like, look, maybe we don't need a receiver, but we can't
this dude was this talent. This was the first. This was on our big board. This was guy number 3, and he here at 20. We got to take him. So it's always tough finding that balance. And you hear these stories come out later on and how it all went down behind the scenes in the war room. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you really don't know. We talk about it. Everybody we talk to, that we interview. Be like, during the draft, 3 teams called. We just had Steve Nelson on. Mm-hmm. He said 3 teams called him and told me they was going to draft him before he actually got drafted. Same thing happened to me and other people. So it's always moving parts, man. But so I was talking yesterday on Twitter because so the Eagles, you saw the Eagles comments. The coach coming out saying he's not naming starters. Even last year when they named Jay Hurts the starter, they kept kind of being like, he's the starter this week, basically. Yeah. So does that bring you? Did that take you back a little bit? Was that expected? New coach, that's what he's supposed to say. How did you feel about those comments? He said about the whole team, but obviously, about the quarterback position.
I think that's what he's supposed to say. Being a new head coach. You're coming in and you're trying to create this culture, guys competing, not giving anybody anything. So I think that's kind of where you got to start at. You got to start at that position. Like, look, we're not just, coming into the season and just giving you this job. Like, you got to work for it just like everybody else. But then again, I do think it's a little.
Oh no, I hear you, but. No, this ain't college, bro. This ain't varsity no more. We are professional.
But he's not Tom Brady. He's not Patrick Mahomes.
He's not. So I want to give him that confidence that he's our guy though. In that locker room, and this is our guy.
You just said it's not college. Like if you haven't shown me that, again, you got a coach coming in. I wasn't here when. They drafted you or whatever.
All right, bro, but come on, bro. If Joe Flacco not jogging out there week 1 taking a snap.
I'm not saying that. But
outside of Hurts getting hurt or something.
Look at here.
I don't see that happening, bro.
At the end of the day, we don't know. Are you high on him? Well, you were, but I know how
okay,
you
okay.
I know how.
Okay, because we go back to last year.
It's a roller coaster ride with you when it comes to quarterback.
Last year, it was only one person who picked the Eagles in that line against the Saints. I think the Saints might have been favored by 14 or something crazy. It was only one. It was only one person who picked the Eagles to win that week. The same person called Jalen Hurts starting nod because I told y'all that was going to be Wentz last game. But I mean, what the hell do I know?
Yeah, clock right twice a day too.
You know what I'm saying? What do I know, man? Hey. But I'm high enough on them to say, okay, they traded Wentz, right? They traded Wentz after, he's still going to be 33 plus against the dead cap. And they traded him. So drafted Hurts in the second round. He was our starter last year to end the year. We put Sudfeld in there, to finish our tank and said that was evaluating him. So we signed Joe Flacco. I mean, going forward, that's our guy. Like, why are we playing the game? Now, if we make a move in the draft or something, I understand that, but outside of that, Jalen Hurts should be the guy. The Panthers just traded for Sam Darnold. The next day, he was on the website, season tickets. Like this Sam Darnold. This is our guy. They got Teddy Bridgewater there.
Two different organizations, man.
I'm just saying,
it's got to deal with what's in your building, man. Like
it's the National Football League, man.
It definitely is. And if I'm
he got to be on marketing ads, commercials, season tickets. Come on, man. What are we talking about, man? This is a $2 billion organization. What are we talking about? That's a quarterback competition? If I'm a
It might
fan,
be.
how do I feel about that as a fan?
Oh man, do you care what a fan is thinking? Honestly,
It's business, man.
if you a $1 billion business, you care about what a fan is thinking? Nah.
In this business, you know what I mean. I mean, so you running your organization. That's how you doing it.
Come on, D-Buck.
I'm just saying, you running your organization. That's how you doing it. Hey.
I'm running my $1 billion business. I'm not worried about nobody outside what they think. Yeah, I'm not here to please the fans. I'm coming out here to try to put the best product on the field. And in this case, I would think that he is the better quarterback at this moment in time. But if I'm running my $1 billion business, I can care less what fans think. And if you running your business thinking about, okay, well, I'm trying to please the fans, well,
I mean, that's not priority number one. Priority number one is
not priority number two. It's not priority number three.
Priority number 2 or 3 up there at the top. If I'm running the organization, I'm also want to keep my fans hopeful. Well, I want to keep my fans happy, engaged to the extent that I can. I mean, you look at Jerry Jones. They haven't. When the last time have they really been winning and relevant? But he keeps stoking that fire. He keeps it engaged. And obviously, the media talks about the Cowboys every day. But if you really think about what they've done in the last 20 years, like as opposed to I'm trying to build it right. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to say all the right things. But you gotta have that fan. You trying to sell merch. You trying to keep the tickets. But tickets bought, the stadium field.
That's not keeping your fans.
That's a big part of it. Your fan engagement.
But that's not you as an owner doing things to make your fans happy. Like you have the Dallas Cowboys fan base is the fan base, right? So you talking about what I'm trying to put on the field. I think, Jerry Jones, he got a quarterback, he got a running back, he got a great offensive line, he got some receivers. Defensive side, they got to put some work in, but I think he's trying to put the best product on the field. But I don't think his thing is like, okay, well, what is the fans going to think if I make this pick? What are the fans going to think?
I feel like 1B for Jerry is like 1A is making money. 1B is to make money. Even talking about taking Kyle Pitts bro, you got one of the worst defenses in the league ever in history. You talking about taking Kyle Pitts?
I'm not going to run my organization.
But this is a conversation. Come on, man.
I'm not running my organizations to make the fans happy. Like I'm not going to be in the boardroom saying, okay, well, if I make this pick, are the fans going to be happy or are they going to be mad? Like, nah, I'm not doing that. So
what $1 billion organization in any sector do you know that isn't trying to make the consumers happy? Like you're trying to please the consumer. Like you're trying to execute your job, whatever that is. But as an organization, as a franchise, the fans, the revenue, like that's right up there. So would you choose an average football team that's make the playoffs every other year, but on the revenue side, you're in the top 5 every year? Or a winning organization that's going to the playoffs, making real contenders damn near every year, but on the revenue side, we're in the bottom third. As an owner, that's a whole.
Like you're not even making sense because what team is going to make the playoffs every year and be winning every year and be in the third? Like that don't even make sense. So what I'm saying is, if I put a product on the
team, who should be higher on the?
If I put a team together where we're always winning, guess what? And my job is to put a winning product on the field and get the best team out there. Guess what? That shit is going to come with that.
So you feel like the fans and the money and all that's going to come. That's going to be a byproduct of winning.
Hell yeah!
I agree with that 1,000%. 1,000%. Now, along with that, it's going to be times when you just in the league, how your team is built up, the quarterback you have or don't have, the whatever, where it's going to be stints where you aren't competitive.
For sure.
And so I gotta have the other side of it sewn up, whether we're competitive or not.
But what I'm saying is, if I'm saying
focus number 1, 2, or 3 should be the product of football.
I think the product of football is going to bring everything else, right? I think everything else. So you look at you have certain fan bases where, like, say the Cleveland Browns, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Cleveland Browns, they had been some shit for a long time, but they had I would say they had a good fan base where they were still, for the most part, some of them were still coming out to the game, right? They were
Mm-hmm.
still coming to the game. They were still in the stands or whatever the case may be. But you look like a Detroit Lions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bad product on the field. You would see paper bags in the zone. Like your fans, they're not coming to that. They're not coming to see that.
Yeah, I mean that's a poorly run organization.
You know what I'm saying?
That period.
But if the Lions had a 10-6 season, guess what? The fans are filling that stadium. They're buying the jerseys because the team is winning.
But that's what I'm saying. Even with them not winning, it like this. It's something that I don't know. It's tough because they had a good quarterback. That's what I'm saying. It's just tough to be a consistent winning. Even you look at the franchises, like the Patriots have had a 20-year run.
Mm-hmm.
The Steelers always seem like winners. Ravens, Colts. You probably got what? How many? 5, 6 teams that are always consistent winning. Outside of that, it's like a rotation.
Yeah, but so even take the Patriots for example, right? I would say like they make picks where people like aren't high on. Like, what the hell are they doing? But to the guys that's running the organization, they're not making these picks to please the fans. They're making these picks to bring the best product into the building.
I'm not talking about. Yeah, I'm not talking about the pick. I'm talking about.
But just decision making.
What got us to this conversation is Jalen Hurts, right?
Right.
And me and you assuming that Jalen Hurts will be the starter going into next season, right?
Correct.
So I just feel like from a franchise standpoint, we should be behind. We just saw what happened with our last quarterback. Now, right, wrong, indifferent. We saw Wentz shit just go left because of a lot of different reasons. Now we got a new quarterback. Like, let's at least start down that path where we're showing support for this guy. Now, if we go and draft a guy at 12, we jump back in the top 10 and draft a guy, now we can start talking about it's a quarterback competition.
No, I understand.
But right now,
that.
with you and Flacco and Suffield, come on, man.
But and you're right. But then you was also said, like, as a fan, how would I feel? That's why I was like, I don't care as a fan. I don't care as a fan how you feel.
I care. When AB on his team, y'all, just know AB don't care how y'all feel.
Hey, look.
When I own my team, I care, man. Leave something in the comment box.
Hey, look at here.
Don't me swap out the popcorn. Let me know, man.
At the end of the day, I'm here to do one job. I need to put a winning product on the field. And with that, y'all gonna like me because the product that I am putting out on the field. So it's all love.
It's all love. What was I about to say? They don't want Jalen to feel entitled. That's the only reason they say, man.
But okay. So if you was the head coach coming in, right? And I'm pretty sure they had these conversations with the owner and the GM just based off of the past coach and how they was like, the coach had to go meet with them every Tuesday and all of this. As a new head coach coming into the building, right? Mm-hmm. And you understand where the team hasn't really lived up to the history or whatever. Are you coming in there with a young quarterback and you're saying like, you know what, you're my quarterback, or are you saying, well, obviously I already know what you're gonna say, but I'm thinking like I don't think it's a bad thing what he did. Like
I'm not gonna say it was. Well, I am gonna say it was a bad thing. Yeah, that was a bad thing. I feel like you should come in, especially as a young coach. Shoot, this is pretty much the first quarterback you tied to. Mm-hmm. As a young this your first time as a head coach. You got a first time starting quarterback going into the league. He's an offensive guy at that. Like, mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to, quarterbacks, there's only one starting quarterback that's supposed to be the face of the team, that's supposed to be the unquestioned leader of the team. Like, I feel like you do as much to empower him. Now, we know it's competitions. Everything is competition. If Joe Flacco comes out and he just outplays him the entire training camp and everybody feels like we need to go with Joe Flacco to start the season. Hey, Joe Flacco outplayed him. He's a starter. Yeah. But going into it, and I think Joe Flacco will understand going into it like, hey, get behind your young quarterback. being that he's been a starting quarterback, a Super Bowl winning quarterback. So obviously he wants to play, he wants to start, but I don't think he would have necessarily took offense if they came out and said Jalen Hurts is our quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so, but I mean, tomato, tomato, I guess, you know?
Yeah.
Each his own.
But sure, man, you know, sticking on to this football topic.
Good conversation, though. Good debate.
Great debate. Vontae Smith weighed in. $166.
Boy, like ass, boy.
Yeah. So this is my comparison, right? And I hate making comparisons. I was on Steve Smith pod earlier this week, and we was talking about comparisons, and I said I hate when, you know, experts and the media try to compare, you know, incoming rookies to Hall of Famers, right?
Yeah, it's tough. So it's just a good, you know, good something for the fans more so to see. Like, all right, who can I expect this guy to at least look like out there on the NFL?
And then I think we even talked about it on Clubhouse. You asked me where you was like they were comparing him to Marvin Harrison, and I said, hell no, not right now. No, I don't do that. I felt as though the better comparison was Deshaun Jackson, and I still believe that. You know, I think Deshaun, he came in, he was smaller,
but Deshaun was. And this kind of what we talked about on Clubhouse too with B-Mac. We was talking about if he ran the 40. Now, if Deshaun was like legit 4'2", I don't care what he ran to the combine. Deshaun was 4'2" on that field.
Yeah,
like no doubt about it. We've been on that field with DJ. That speed was different, so it's hard for me to say. And that's your comparison, obviously, but it's hard for me to, like you said, we hate him. I couldn't compare him to Deshaun just because Deshaun. So fast, bro. Like effortlessly fast too.
Man,
Devontae don't look like he moving like that.
I mean, shit, he getting behind guys.
He definitely doing that. He has very good play speed, but not that type of speed.
I mean, I hear you. I definitely hear you. D-Jack's speed was crazy, but if I had to compare somebody, that would be my comparison because I'm not sure who else. I'm definitely not comparing him to Marvin Harrison.
I think you just saw you saw too much of eights. You saw too much of them.
So that's why I can't compare.
So I understand why you can't compare because sometimes you see players like that, and what a lot of fans don't know. I might have been talking about this with you, but like when you play with great players. Like you see, you practice with him and stuff like that. Like you see, like 9 out of the 10 best plays you ever seen him make probably been in practice. You know what I mean? You see him do you see him do some stuff on game days, you know. But a lot of times seeing him every day, you're like, oh my God, did Randy just? So it's like, so I understand that you can't compare him, but that's the best comparison I can see though.
Marvin Harrison,
Marvin, Isaac Bruce. Just because he's smooth like that. He's smooth, like Marvel's smooth.
Hey,
I can see him.
This why I hate comparisons, yo. Like you can't compare this. I don't know how old he is, 21, 22, to a Marvin Harrison or Isaac.
I mean, I'm not saying he's gonna be that from day one, but I'm saying if
he's not even in the same conversation. It's no comparing.
You can't say that coming in.
Yeah, I definitely can't.
Like, dude just won the Heisman now. I don't know what Marv did in college. I'm sure he put up some stupid numbers, but did just win the Heisman and go for 1,823 touchdowns in the SEC.
Nah.
So we can't act like we can't at least say. I would rather you compare him to Marv than Mac Jones to Tom Brady. Like. But like for a receiver coming in, especially this receiver-friendly league,
nah, I can't do it.
But would you, as a GM, though, how would you feel about drafting them?
No, I don't think
166.
I wouldn't have a problem drafting him. You know, go through his history. You know, has he been injury prone? I mean, and not saying that it's on the guys, but
has
he been durable? And if so, man, and if I like what I see on tape, which I think we all do, shit. Because, I mean, you got guys that come in the league 6'4", 225 pounds, You know what I mean? Look
and be
good,
injury
rocked up,
prone.
and be injury prone. So I
Yeah,
mean, I just
or
think
just be
it's
soft. It can't get open.
exactly. So I don't
Yeah,
really, again, you've been out there with smaller stature shit. I was a smaller guy for my position. You know what I mean?
yeah, me too.
You were
I'm definitely
too,
undersized,
and
but
and then the way they
buck 66.
but then the way they calling the game now
You know, if
too.
he buck 66, he really 162.
No, he
You
probably
know
won't.
that.
He
You
probably
know
was
that's
drinking a
Phil
lot of
Gallo.
water. Yeah, drinking a lot of water.
He had 4-5 pounds worth of water. Let's
But
not
but
forget
but
that part.
but please believe they going when he gets in the building, he's gonna get with the you know whoever the strength and conditioning and the nutritionist or whatever. Because I know me, shit. I came in 203, and my rookie year, boy, by November, I hated getting on the scale. It was a
What?
187, 189.
That's what I'm saying. Like you lose. Like when you come in, typically you lose. You trim down, especially during the season. Come week 12,
Yeah.
13. So
Whew.
to have a cat that's gonna be out there buck 58 on game day. I mean, you comparing to Robbie Anderson, super thin. He's been all right. Obviously, Ty Small.
He's gonna be
He's
good,
had a
man.
great career. Yeah, I definitely expect him to be a good receiver. But if size didn't matter, he would be hands down the number one receiver off the board this year. And right now, he's looking like maybe third, maybe fourth.
But shit, whoever get him,
Um,
man, it's gonna be a good pickup for
that's
him
a fact.
for that
That's a
team.
fact.
So
But you wouldn't be worried about it. You wouldn't be
nah,
worried about.
nah.
I might be a little concerned. A
So
little concerned.
what are you concerned about? Like him taking a hit? Like what are you concerned?
Yeah, we talked about. I think the first time we mentioned him, like you was like, man, yeah, if I could put a hit on, like you put a hit on that. I mean, but like a lot of these guys don't take big hits. A lot of
Yeah,
these
that's
guys
what I'm
don't get hit
saying.
like that. Yeah, they play
The
the game
game
the
is
right way,
different,
but
and the
yeah,
game is
game is
different now
different.
too. Yeah.
The rules are friendly for the receivers. So yeah, I mean, he should definitely have a great career, but I would definitely be concerned still with that durability aspect. 18-week season. I mean, it's a different game. So it's a different game. So it'll be hard. And obviously, if I'm drafting him high, like I want this guy to be my one, my two, maybe coming in, but I want him to be my franchise receiver. And you look at a guy like Ja'Marr Chase, like, so you don't have those same concerns coming in. Now, like you said, some guys come in, shit just don't fall your way, but it's a reason why size is the reason why Ja'Marr Chase is the clear-cut one in this draft, for instance. Waddle's a little more built. 4th and 1, shit, I want to throw a jump ball on the goal line. Who you want out there? Who you want out there to run that slant and fade for the gusto?
Yeah. So I mean, it's
You know what I mean?
I done seen some smaller guys take that slant and turn that thing up and get out of there. It just depends on what type of player you want. You know what I mean? Yeah. Again, these are decisions that's in the you in the war room and you like D Butt like Jamar Chase. I'm like D Smith. You know what I'm saying? So it's like okay, well give me your reasons, D Butt.
Yeah.
And you like these are my reasons. Boom, boom, boom. And then you gonna say like, well, the reason why I'm not going with D Smith because his size and this and that. And then I'm coming on. I'm standing on the
table. That's your only possible knock on him.
Yeah, like, and then I'm coming. I'm like, like these are my reasons why we should take this guy. So hey, we'll see. I think
we'll see. Then you make a decision and you go with it.
And you gotta stand on that.
You got to. Ain't no looking back. Ain't no going back. They was talking about they showed some video of speaking of receivers getting drafted of when the Eagles selected who did they draft? Jalen Reagor instead of Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
And they showed like the Vikings being on the clock, like, super excited because they thought they were going to take Jefferson at that point. And they ended up taking him. But Jefferson obviously said he was happy he went to Minnesota and not Philly. But yeah, man, you always look back. I hate when people do that too. You look back at the draft 5-6 years later and be like, oh,
what
they could have got, they could have got so and so. They could have got, stop it, man.
Yeah.
But some tough decisions to be made. Justin Fields, Speaking about tough decision, he just came out saying he had epilepsy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that shifted the odds again. He was the favorite, the betting favorite to be the third overall pick. Now it shifted back to Mac Jones. Alan Faneca just went in the Hall of Fame. I think he tweeted something out.
He did how he played with it. So he said, if I played with it, it didn't affect my game, didn't affect my career, and then you can too. So
Yeah,
I think that was huge. Just because I don't know, I didn't know that about Alan Faneca. I don't know how many people did that's in the sports world, but I think
I
that was
bet
huge.
DeQuell Jackson ain't know that about him.
Wait,
Remember DQ said
DQ,
he
we
was
went on
his
that
welcome to the
blitz.
league moment.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that was big, man, and I think it's a lot of people that battle through stuff that has a great career. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Again, I think it just goes to show, like, man, we're human. We go through stuff like anybody else. You know, so I don't think that should deter where he goes or what number he's picked. But again, I think it'll be another great story. And then just for kids coming up, the youth coming up.
So wait, so it's safe to say as a drafter that wouldn't concern you.
Nah. Because I mean, again, like we got some of the top medical people in the room. So
True.
obviously
it hasn't affected them up until this point.
Up to this point, exactly. So we're going to ask these questions. And then when you see Alan Faneca, okay, well, this guy here, he did it. So again,
I'm sure he's not the only. It's sure it's
I'm pretty sure some
other.
Yeah. So again, like this is for you, for the fans that don't know, these NFL teams, top of the line, everything. They can go. They'll find out what your mom or dad got arrested for when they was 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? So like when it comes to this medical stuff,
what type of things running your family.
Exactly. So when they're doing their due diligence, man, and they have these doctors in the room, they'll make the right decision unless they want to make this decision or have a reason to say, oh, this is why.
I mean, it is the timing is interesting. Like, why is it coming out now? Somebody just commented there too. Gunnar Hanks. Why do y'all think they waited till now to bring out the epilepsy deal?
And who broke it? Like that's my thing. Like that a team medical person ended up.
Yeah, who did break it? I saw that Justin Fields said something about it, but
yeah.
Let me see who. I think it was. It just came out that he told teams. I'm sure he didn't come out and fucking.
Right. So then my thing is like,
who broke that?
Who broke that? Like, so was it a team to be like, oh, hopefully, you know what I mean? They don't pick him, so he can fall down, so we can pick him. So it's so much shit that be going on
behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Sources say teams became aware during the pre-draft process that Fields manages epilepsy, a neurological disorder that can cause seizures, but hasn't affected Fields' football career, and doctors are confident he'll grow out of it as his other family members have. Diagnosed as a youth, Fields has seen his symptoms get shorter and less frequent over time. Sources say team medical staffs have discussed Fields' treatment plan and whether any events during his NFL career, such as a concussion, can put him at greater risk. But Fields has documented no absences from games during the college career, that's crazy.
Yeah, so just with that right there, like I'm not too worried. I mean,
that's crazy. I want to know who leaked that though.
Yeah, that's
very interesting.
Very.
This is a college coach. Justin's health, toughness, and work ethic have never been an issue. I am incredibly proud of his professionalism and character he displays on and off the field. Ohio State coach Ryan Day stated in a tweet, the fact that he never missed a game at Ohio State speaks volumes about how he takes care of himself. So, yeah, man, no concern there.
At all.
No concern there. Nothing to see here. What else we got? What y'all got, man?
Question. I got two good questions. We're gonna get Joseph first, and then Static 1217. We're gonna get you. Is Paris Campbell going to be a bust? So this is my question before you answer this, D-Butt. So a bust, right? What is a bust, right? So for me, it's like what expectation do you have for this player when they come into the league, right? So, all right, you get drafted first round. I think some people automatically think that you should be this
Absolutely.
Hall of Fame
You
player,
should be a 10-year starter.
a 10-year starter. But we all know like that's no, I guess we don't all know that, but
We should know.
that's not always gonna happen. So
Mm-hmm.
Paris Campbell, but I'm never gonna say that somebody's gonna be is gonna be a bust, but where do you
Never?
see?
You never gonna say that?
No, what I'm saying, I'm talking about as far as a player that's coming in. Paris Campbell's,
What is he going to his third year?
right. So what I'm saying is like a player going in on his third year, I would never be like, oh, he's gonna be a bust. Like, but it has been some busts, you know what I mean, in the past. So for you, how do you categorize a bust?
I mean, when you severely underachieve, you don't be, and once again, the expectations are put on. I'm sure you coming into the league, you got your own expectations yourself. But if I could draft you first, second round, third round, and you don't live up to that, you never stay on the field, you never get on the field, you never become a starter. Shit, we know what I feel like we know what a bust is. Now, Paris Campbell, he's been banged up. He's dealt with a lot of injuries. But when you look back 5 years and you say, okay, we drafted him at this spot, and what did he do in the time frame that he was there? That's when you say if this guy was a bust or not. So if he come in this year and doesn't have a productive year, I think a lot of people will look at Paris Campbell being a bust of a pick. Fair or unfair, I just think that's the truth. That would be without, I would say that as well, though, if I'm being real. But
that's all we want you to do.
You know what I mean? If I'm being real, you ask me in the barbershop, yo, what you think about that pick? And then, yeah, that's tough. What do you go, second round, right? And I was high on Paris Campbell coming in. I thought he was gonna go in the first round to the Colts. End up going second. Got all the talent, all the skills. I just want to see him get out there and put it together, man. I think he's gonna have a good year. I think he's gonna stay healthy. And Paris Campbell will not be a bust.
There you go. Static 1217. My guys, sorry for being so blunt, but when you guys were getting drafted, were there any team that you did not want to get drafted by?
Hell no.
No.
Hell no.
Anybody, somebody.
Fact. You could have been a damn expansion team.
For sure.
You had to pick your boy early as possible.
No question.
But I mean, obviously, that's not the case for everybody, though. You've seen guys come in and say they didn't want to play certain places or threaten to go to other sports, usually quarterbacks. But that's in the talks of being the number one pick. But outside of that, I think most people shoot. You obviously want to go to a good situation. Looking back on it, being in the league, you're probably like, I wish I'd have went that place or this place. But when you sitting in that draft room at your draft party with your family around you, think about all that work you done put in and, everything it took, all the other people that had influence on getting you to that point in your life. Yeah, you want to get your name called.
So Tone asked, did they change as you became vets as far as teams you once signed to? Yes.
1,000%.
No doubt about that. You know what I mean? You call around, like say when you do hit that market, you call around. If you got some guys, some friends or guys that you played against that's on that team, hey, what's good? Like, how is it over there? How's the building? How's the coaches? What's the practice schedule like? What's your daily schedule like?
Food like?
What the food like? All the
city,
asking those questions. Yeah, you asking all of that. So that definitely is a big
maybe the schools, depending on how old
your family, your family situations,
neighborhood. So definitely factors in a lot more. When you just got more responsibilities, more going on. You've been around. We all talk to each other. Whether it's off seasons, working out together, you hear about what's going on in other buildings. So definitely changes as you get older.
What else y'all got going, man? Put some more questions in there.
Yeah, give us a couple more. Couple more good questions. Anything else going on out there we missed?
Your man Brett Favre. But
Oh man,
we ain't even gonna, I don't want to give him no energy for
that
real, for
ass
real.
clown. Let me swap the driver. That ass clown.
Man, Brett Favre, boy, that boy just need to go in a hole somewhere. Man, any team you didn't play for that you wish you could have? Nah, man, I think my teams I played with, the Colts, the 49ers. I was a 49ers fan growing up. The Cardinals. Prior to me playing with Arizona, I would train in Scottsdale. I've been training out there since 2007, so that was kind of like just perfect. And then my last mile was the Giants, man. My big bro and one of my high school coaches, man, huge Giants fan. So I think, I mean, you could say, "Oh, I wish." No, I ain't gonna say that. I can't say that.
Can't say that. Any team you didn't play for? Oh, sure. In college, I wanted to go to the U so bad.
But growing up, it was Florida State.
Growing up, yeah,
it was Florida State.
So that would definitely be one team. But as a pro, I used to love them 49ers jerseys growing up.
Yeah, that's why I say I was a 49ers fan. So me being able to rock with them, that was dope. Oh, we got some good answers right here.
As a kid, I used to always think about playing for the Dolphins, obviously. And I thought they was gonna draft me. Probably the Dolphins.
Man, I had a conversation about this the other night, man. I got a young boy. Shout out to Jay Jarrett, man, Jaquan Jarrett, man. He's the manager, player personnel. They working with my dog right now, but just talking about voluntary workouts and for the young guys. And what would your advice be to them? Because now I think it's coming across just with last year with COVID and not really having OTAs, and obviously I think they felt as though that kind of worked out for them. But if you're a young guy and you have an opportunity to go to voluntary workouts, my opinion, be there. You know what I'm saying? Be in that building. If it's a situation, I'm like, because eventually, for me, the way I used to look at it, I'm like, yeah, it's voluntary. You got to put them
air quotes up.
Air quotes. But my thing was like, if I'm going to get paid to work out, I'm going to work out anyway. Why not be in the building?
Yeah.
Especially if I'm a young guy. You know what I mean? Obviously, once you get some years, once you get some years, you know what I mean, you can do whatever you feel is best for you. You know what I mean? But if you're a young guy, I would say be in that building. Get in that building.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, that's overall, that's good advice for sure. Everybody's situation is different, but young guys, like AB said, man, be in that building. Don't give them a reason. And you want to get acclimated as much as possible, with your facilities, your trainers, your coaches, whenever you can have that contact in those meetings.
Even the city.
Yeah. Definitely. You want to get me, yeah. So, be there. Older players, obviously, it's a different situation. You got, families, most likely you got other things going on. So you may not have to be there. And then, but it's so messed up though for even the young players. So if majority of the players not showing up, like you're not getting those walkthroughs, those practices. You know what I mean? Even if you are there in the building, you're still missing out on so much. I know next month down here in South Florida, I'm gonna start putting together some like passing, some 707s and stuff like that with the pros down here on defense and some offensive guys.
Yeah.
So I mean, for some guys, that'll probably be better work for them. Really out there communicating, getting calls, going through reps without these teams holding those type of practices. So it's interesting, man. These kids are in in a weird situation, man.
Weird situation.
Yeah, but under normal circumstances, young players be there, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Be there. Most likely to probably keep you out of trouble anyway.
What else we got?
John Jay, the clubhouse thing. I think it's still invite only.
Man, I
You
got
got
some
a
invites.
Yeah, I got a bunch of invites, especially
Yeah,
from
I got
the NFL club on there.
I got a bunch of them jobs.
Yeah, I got like 40. But yeah, man, if you get in there, definitely get in there. Hit me on Twitter, man. Make something happen. What's this? Joseph Deichman. What happens if a dude decides to work out on their own and have a season-ending injury? Does that fall on the team or the player? That actually falls on the player.
But then again, it depends on what type of injury it is, too, though.
What you mean, like how you got it?
Oh, well, I'm not sure if the is he talking about while working out?
Yeah, while working out. So say you're at a training facility,
okay.
But I think either way though, it's on the team to choose like if they're gonna take care of it. And basically they're gonna take the L and take care of all the things and still pay your money, but they have the option not to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And obviously if you're working out trying to be in the best shape possible, they should, in my opinion. But like NBA, for instance, the NBA has a clause in their contracts. It's called like the love of the game clause. And it started back with Michael Jordan. So like anywhere you're playing basketball in the world, you get injured, like you still good in your contract. But football is not like that. Unless they change the new CBA, but it's not like that. Like Terrell Suggs tore his ACL a few years back.
Yeah.
Or was it Achilles? Achilles. Okay, yeah, something playing basketball. And I think the Ravens still decided to pick up the money, but I think it was another instance when it happened to somebody and they didn't. So, yeah. I mean, I think that shit should be covered, especially if you're training, you're working out for football. But, I think the team has the option, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Gunnar Haynes got another. Do you think new head coaches this year should have an extended grace period due to COVID? No excuses, no explanations.
I already know you was gonna say it. Everybody's dealt the same cards, man. Everybody's dealt the same cards.
Get the job done, man. Shit.
You got to get the job done. We saw some rookie, Stefanski, rookie head coach last year, come in with, a super abbreviated offseason, got the Browns to the playoffs. Who else? Who else is a rookie head coach? Did some good things. But Justin Herbert had a rookie of the year season with no excuse, no explanations. Be a pro.
At all times.
Be a pro. Figure it out. But yeah, remember we was talking about Steph, the top 5, the top 10?
Yeah. Ooh. So he solidified in your top 5.
Ooh, solidified. Solidified. I'd be called the moment. He probably drop another 45 piece the next time they play.
Okay, so I did see something, right, where he was like, it was like, are you MVP? He was like, no question. Is he MVP this season?
Have you been watching basketball?
I'm asking you a question. Is he the MVP this season?
In my opinion, he is the most valuable player in the NBA. So, yes, I would say Steph Curry deserves to be number 1 right now in the MVP race. Steph Curry's kind of saved.
Who?
He's kind of saved Steph Curry. I mean, he's kind of saved this season, low-key. He just had an off night against the Wizards. But, I mean, with all these stars, Embiid was banged up for a while. He's been having an MVP year as well. LeBron's obviously been banged up. LaMelo was having his rookie of the year. He's been banged up. A lot of stars. KD. Kyrie be taking his PTO, Harden hurt. So Steph done kind of
the most valuable player.
But usually it's on the best player on a winning team.
On a winning team, yeah.
And since they about 500, that roster. But if you look at that roster, man, you watch them play, it's like, man.
Who else will be in that consideration for the
Joker.
MVP?
You got Joker.
Joel
Steph,
Embiid.
Joel.
Boy, he almost hit that
Um,
game winner last night. You
but
seen
that would have
that?
been crazy. That off the free throw, that would have been nuts.
Yeah,
He hit that shot. Who else in the combo? I think that's pretty much it
pretty
though.
much it. Yeah. Somebody else had a question up here earlier about the Wizards. I think Wizards on like a 9-game winning streak. You think they make the playoffs?
Let's see where they are right now.
Bradley, Bill,
I mean, I just
Russ.
can't trust them. I can't trust the Wizards. I can't trust the Wizards. Right now they're 25-33. They're in the 10th seed. No, I don't see him make them play, especially if LaMelo come back to the Hornets. Hornets still in the 8th spot. I like the Hornets to make it. I like the Heat to make it. Celtics, Hawks, Knicks, Bucks, Nets, Sixers.
How many games they out of eight spot out of the eight seed?
Out of the 8th seed, they are 3.5 games back from the 8th spot, and then they have the play in. How many teams go to the play in?
Is it?
It
I'm
might
not
be.
sure.
Somebody let us know. It might be 10. I don't know. Somebody let me know how the play in works. I'm not sure about that.
We got another good question.
But yeah, they're the 10s. I don't think they make the
You don't think
All-Star.
so? Lee
No.
Battle. What it do, Lee Battle? That's a new name. Welcome, man. Welcome. Do either of y'all have one player at any position that you think is can't miss in this year's NFL draft? I can't
I don't
miss.
believe in that can't miss shit. I ain't gonna lie. I done seen a lot of can't misses miss. I
Name
remember
one.
my
We
I
put you
remember
on the
my
spot.
draft.
Put you
We're
on the
gonna make we
spot.
gonna make people
Put you on the
I
spot.
talk my draft. So in my draft, 2009, Matt Stafford was our first pick. He was kind of a can't miss prospect. Didn't miss with him. But then you go to number 2, Jason Williams, offensive tackle out of Baylor. Had a phenomenal
Oh,
junior or senior. You don't know the name.
I don't
Phenomenal
remember.
junior or senior year. Flew up boards. Was the can't miss left tackle prospect. He should be Joe Thomas. He should be a left tackle for 10 years. Didn't pan out. Bounced around the league for a little bit. Number 3, went Tyson Jackson. Number 4, Aaron Curry. That was the
Yeah.
safest prospect in our draft. So, I mean, we had 2 in the top 4.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I don't believe in that can't miss shit. Just seen it too many times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seen it too many times. But you remember any? Or all your can't misses they didn't miss?
Um, just saying where you stuck with your draft, I'm gonna stick with mine. But I don't think I want to say like my draft was pretty solid at the top. You had Mario Williams, Reggie Bush. I would say the only person was probably Jason Allen. He played corner safety at Tennessee.
Oh, he went like 9 to the Dolphins. He
He
went kind of high.
yeah, he went high.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, I can't miss, man. I can't miss is so tough, man. It's
Yeah,
really a crapshoot because
it is.
again, we're basing, you picking these players off what they did in college.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, some of the best players they go to the worst teams
Yeah,
in most
yeah,
cases.
yeah.
In most cases, so like you just don't understand like what type of situation they're walking into. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it could just be it's all bad. And then around these times, shoot, organizations only giving coaches sometimes 1 year,
Yes,
2 year,
times 2.
3
We
years,
saw him get
2,
whooped
3.
out of there after 1 with a
Yeah.
bad roster.
So
Yeah.
again, it's like you get a new regime come in. I don't like this player. I like this other player. We get him out of there. Now they could be going different places. So it's a lot that goes into it. So like D-Bus said, as far as can't miss, that's tough.
But give me your safest pick from this draft then.
My safest Kyle Pitts.
Damn, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, Kyle Pitts. I guess we just gotta agree on it. Kyle Pitts. that would be just because that position. He's a walking mismatch,
Yeah.
and I feel like being that he's going to be working the middle of the field a lot, he should be open a lot. So I would say Kyle Pitts, safest pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts, got to agree with it.
Yep. Trevor Lawrence, hell
A lot
no.
of people saying T. Law. It's really hard for me to say that for a quarterback.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
number one pick. Like, I don't see it. I don't see that being the safest because he could have a decent start of next year, the first 2-3 years. But even if one of the other quarterbacks come out, even have like slightly better seasons, like it's gonna be. Yeah, I gotta stick with.
It's I gotta see it, man. I gotta see
Yeah.
it. But in the offense he ran in college was real kind of, it wasn't a pro style offense. A lot of quick little bubbles. Sometimes he looks to the sidelines, the cards. Now, do I think he's gonna be a good pro? Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's tough to say. Safest pick. I like Surtain too. Surtain looks polished. Big corner, physical, can play. Obviously, Pop's played in the league. Super polished. I saw somebody mention J.C. Horn. I feel much better about Surtain. I'm high on J.C. Horn too. He's a dog.
Look at here, man. That corner position is tough too. You coming in, you playing against these dogs, man. You better have somebody. You better have somebody in that DB room that's coaching you up.
Yeah.
Cause you can have all the talent in the world, but them Sundays it could get rough for you. Out there
you gotta be able to bounce back for sure.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to have short-term memory. You gotta have good people around you too.
It definitely. It's a passing league now, so you can get 40 to 50 times where they throwing that ball in the air, man. So can't miss. Them one.
Okuda was a can't miss, and obviously he only got 1 year on this belt. Jeff Okuda came out last year. Shit, got drafted at 3 spot. Had some of the best college film that I've ever seen for a corner, but struggled last year. Tough system, no pass rush. We'll see if he bounces back, continues to get better. I hope he does. I think he will, but it's tough out there when you're going into a whole new league.
Some good questions. If y'all were GMs, what pick would you want in the draft? Where do you feel year in and year out you can get the best picks? I like the mid rounds, round 3, 4. I think everybody will want.
I might hit some accent.
I think
everybody want that one.
You want that one, yeah. Everybody want that, but just to keep it a buck and keep it real, like that 3, 4, 5, the mid rounds.
That's what really makes your team.
That makes your team. You know what I mean?
You hit on those.
Yeah.
That's how Seattle built their dynasty. They had that run.
Sure.
They hit on those third. Yep. Russ.
Yeah.
Yeah. Russ, Sherm, Cam Chancellor. When did Bobby Wags go? Second round?
I'm not sure when he went.
Yeah, I know he wasn't a first rounder, but that's where your teams really are made, man. So hitting on those mid-round picks, because everybody expects the first rounders to be, and like you said, you look back on the draft, and if you go 18 for 32, it was a good draft.
Mm-hmm.
So you never know. Clay Matthews went 27 in our draft. Who else went? Like Vontae went 25. Sanchez jumped up, went 5. That changed the draft. But yeah, it depends, man.
Yeah.
Which position do you think will have the most picks in the first round?
I'm gonna go with
receiver.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
It'd probably be a lot of corners off the board too.
I think they might go neck and neck, but I'm. What you think, Jamal Chase?
Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle.
Yep. Florida. They talking about the young boy at Florida.
Yeah. What's his name? Tony.
Yep. Tony.
And he's you could put him in and get him touches ASAP. If you play fantasy, Tony gonna be a good pickup. Watching this film, he line up in the backfield. He can
Backfield,
do
yeah, slide.
screens. Yeah, he
Yeah.
can run down the field. He can do it all. What other receivers are there though?
But
Are we
then if
missing?
you think about that shit, it could be quarterback shit. You think it's just
That's true.
4 or 5 quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's for damn sure. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go a receiver.
Damn, that shit. We might be able to. We might gotta go on a little betting site. That might be
Prop bet.
yeah.
I think it's at 5.5 right now for
You
receivers.
know, if I had to put some money on it, I'd go quarterbacks.
You saying quarterback is gonna be the most picked position in the first round?
That's what I'll go with.
Ooh, that's tough.
Shit, Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, Jones, Trey Lance. Shit, that's 5 right there. And then say, late rounds. What's my man at in Florida?
Tony,
Nah,
Elijah Moore could sneak up in. Oh, you talking about
quarterback.
Trask?
Yeah,
He could. Somebody could like him.
yeah. I mean,
Somebody
that's
could.
all. That's all you need. You need
Somebody
one.
could like him. Yeah. Shit, he could go to the Bucks, low key.
Hey, so that's 6 right there.
Need Tom back up. Oh, say okay. So the right now FanDuel,
Right.
the over under for receivers in round 1 is 4.5. Well, start with running backs. Running backs 0.5. So basically one or more. You think a running back goes in the first round?
If anybody, I don't know. They got. I would say at the
I'm
top.
gonna say no. I'm gonna say a running back does not go in the first round this year.
No.
Wide receivers 4.5.
So
Yay
we
or
need
nay?
5. So we need 5.
Yep.
No.
I'm gonna say yes. Wide receivers. Tight ends 1.5. So you need 2 or more.
No.
I'm gonna say yes. I think Pitt's gonna go early,
Yeah,
and that's gonna start the. That's gonna start the run. I think. Yeah, I'm gonna say 2 get drafted in the first round. Absolutely. Total offensive lineman pick 6.5. Ooh.
I feel as though we're gonna have 2 old tackles. We're gonna have 2 tackles go.
Nah, at least 3 gonna go in the first round. I feel like the Colts got to take. That's a premium position. The Colts. What's the all lineman 6.5? Damn.
Nah, I ain't gonna say. That's
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no.
Yeah.
Cornerbacks first round 5.5.
No.
No, I say no as well. I think 5 is number. Safeties drafted in the first round 0.5. Damn, that's low.
I say yeah. Shit. Somebody. Yeah, I say yeah. I say somebody take one safety.
Yeah, I think that's probably. What's the odds on that one? The over is minus 215. Under is plus 164. Yeah, I think a safety gonna get drafted first round. There goes some betting props. We'll revisit those.
Yeah, we'll revisit those before Thursday. See if they change.
That'd be crazy if gotta post your odds on IG. Yeah, we should post that.
Yeah, we will. That's a post for us.
That's definitely a post coming out. Tom, we need that. All right, man.
Man, we appreciate y'all, man.
Yes, sir.
As always.
As always, man. Have fun. We'll see y'all on Monday. Enjoy the draft next week. Yeah, we're gonna have some next draft talk next week.
Next Thursday.
I can't wait for this shit to get over with. We'll be talking about the 5th. Then we'll be picking Super Bowl champs.
Yep.
All right. We out, ladies and gentlemen.
Peace.